So, NXT Takeover Brooklyn number 4 happened last night, and I have to say it was actually an incredibly entertaining show. Um, Surprisingly, it seemed rather short. It started at 7 and it was over before 10 o'clock, which usually the shows go past 10 o'clock. So I don't know if that was a scheduling issue or something happened unexpectedly, but you know what? I didn't miss anything, and I have to say that all the matches, all 5 of them, were very entertaining and very well executed. So let's kind of go over each one of these matches, and I'll give you a quick recap and whether I was correct with my prediction or not. So, first match of the night, we had the Undisputed Era win the Tag Team Championships versus Mustache Mountain. And this was a very fun match to watch. These guys pulled out all the stops. Um, like I said, I enjoyed the match a whole lot. There was really nothing left behind. But in the end, I predicted that the Undisputed Era was going to win, and I was right. So I started off the show 1-0. Definitely didn't end the show undefeated. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Got the crowd off nice and hot. And these guys, I see quite a few matches between these two going on for quite a while. I have to say, was it Tyler Bates who won the, I think, European Championship a while ago? He has a bright future ahead of him. He can really do well both in singles matches and in tag team matches. So I really enjoyed watching him a lot. But everybody did a good job here. Excellent work. So next match was EC3 versus Velveteen Dream, and this is where my record from 1-0 becomes dead even because Velveteen Dream won here. It was a halfway okay match. I have to say, of the few matches I've seen of the Velveteen Dream, this was probably kind of the weakest of his work. And I had never seen EC3, and he's okay. Um, I don't know if these guys just didn't gel well together or not. They did the best they could, but it just looked like they just couldn't get a good flow going. And I was actually surprised that Velveteen Dream won here because, like I said, there was rumors that he's going to be pulled up to the main roster, and quite interesting. If you looked at his shorts or tights, if you will, he had a nice little message to Vince McMahon, and I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him in the long run, but maybe he, kind of did things there on his own, as they say, went into business for himself. But anyway, as far as the match goes, it was probably the weakest or second weakest match of the night, but that's like saying, the sprinkles were a little bit too hard on your ice cream. It was still a halfway decent match here, but I think it could have been a lot better. Okay, so I called it. I called it. And once again, my record is going back on the win column. I am now 2-1. Ricochet defeated Adam Cole, baby, for the North American NXT Championship. But this was by far the match of the night. I can't even go over all the spots and everything these guys did together, but I will mention one, and I'm sure if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about, and if you didn't watch the show, it's going to make you want to go watch the show, specifically this match. There was a move where Ricochet was going to do, I think it was a lion salt off, the second rope, and while he's in the air, Adam Cole perfectly hits him in the head with a super kick. I mean, the timing was there. It was just an awesome hit. I mean, it was enough to where, when I saw it, I actually had to stand up and, clap my hands. The people in the audience went absolutely nuts. but the whole match was just good. This was an A plus plus, 10 out of 10, 5 stars, 5.5 stars, however you want to, whatever you want to use for this match. It was freaking awesome. And in the end, Ricochet won, which I felt he was gonna win. And man, these guys, go ahead and put them up into the main roster and let them do what they do up there. And these guys will make WWE even more successful than they are. All right, so the next match was Shayna Baszler. Hopefully, I got her name right. Versus the Pirate Queen or whatever she is, Kyrie. And I have to admit, like I said, after the emotional spentness of the previous match, this one just didn't get to the audience as much. It was still a very good match, but it was decent. These ladies put together a good program, and in the end, Kyrie, won the NXT Women's Championship here. Um, like I said, I kind of got distracted doing a few things around the house, but I did watch the match. I enjoyed it. Looked like Shayna was getting the best of Kyrie most of the time. Uh, putting the beat down on her and throwing her around. And golly, Kyrie is so dang small. She looks like she's about 60 pounds, soaking wet. She looks like Alexa Bliss's younger sister, um, which makes me wonder what's going to happen when they bring her up to the main roster and have these two have a match. I mean, it's gonna be like two little Barbie dolls, fighting. But you know what? We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I got that one wrong. I thought Shayna Baszler was gonna keep the championship, so now I'm back to being dead even. But still, halfway decent match. All right, and last we had the NXT Championship match between Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, and there's really not much I can say about this match that hasn't been said before because their other two matches pretty much show that these guys are willing to go all out and try, just short of killing each other. They pulled up the mat off the floor to, expose concrete. They put the tables up. They took apart the ring, and did DDTs against the wood. They went off onto the, stage and handcuffed each other. I have to say, probably the only thing that was really interesting and inventive was when Tommaso Ciampa started throwing tables and people and chairs. Oh my! All over Johnny Gargano. To get the 10 count, and he still didn't get it. So it was just back and forth for a good long while there, and it was trying to figure out exactly how it was going to end. And then when we finally saw the ending, where Johnny Gargano takes out Tommaso Ciampa while he's handcuffed and hurts his knee, it kind of came off a little bit lackluster there. Really didn't enjoy that ending. It just made Johnny Gargano seem kind of, for lack of a better term, stupid. Especially with the match having gone as long as it did for the way it ended. Just didn't do it for me. But anyway, the match itself was still a decent match the entire time. Told an excellent story. And had the crowd really into it. But yeah, it's definitely not the match of the night. I have to say, if I had to give it a score, 4.5 stars out of 5 or 9 out of 10. The Ricochet and Adam Cole was by far the best match of the night. So anyway, but here was like I said, Tommaso Ciampa walked away with the championship, and that's what I predicted. So I ended the night with a score of 3-2. So I call that a win. Maybe not the best win in the world, but hey, I'll take what I can get. So anyway, what did you think of NXT Takeover 4? Did you enjoy the show? If not, do you plan on watching the show? Let me know. Like I said, I found this once again better than the main product, and we'll see tonight at SummerSlam, and their dozen matches, and maybe some of them will be better, some will be worse. I'll give you my results later today or tomorrow actually. But anyway, if you want to hear more of my ramblings when it comes to WWE movies, TVs, TVs. Yeah, in case you want more than one TV. Games, whatever. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.